All right, 5-minute warm up. Welcome. Let's get started. What's up, runners? Today we are talking about breathing. I want everybody to take a big second and just take a breath. And the reason I want to talk about this is I was on a Facebook group the other day, and one of the runners was talking about not knowing how fast to run on the easy run. If she was going too fast or if she was going too slow. And there's a lot of advice around, hey, you should keep a conversational pace. You should be able to keep a pace where you can have a conversation. You should run at a specific minute per mile based upon whatever your record. So there's a lot of different ways to get to what your easy pace should be. But one of the easiest ways that I have found, which I think is a good method to kind of help with your running and to find out what easy is and what the right feeling is to the way I have always been taught, the way my coaches have talked to me, the way I've read in many books, is to focus on your breathing pattern. And what I mean by that is one of the best patterns you can have is the 2-2 breathing. And what that means is for every 2 steps, you want to breathe in. And then for the next 2 steps, you breathe out. And to me, if you can run at a pace where you're able to maintain the breathing, that's a really good pace. And what you're going to find is over time, you'll be able to run faster and faster distances at that pace. But that's a good pace to aim for in your training. You'll notice that sometimes when you're sprinting or running hard, you're not able to maintain that pace. Then that's perfect. That's what happens. When you are running fast, you need more oxygen quickly, and so your breath is going to change patterns. It'll be maybe a 1-1 breath where it's like you're breathing in and out because you need a lot more oxygen. It's hard to maintain that 2-2 pattern. If you are running really conservatively, you may even have a 3-3 pattern where you are breathing in for 3 seconds and then exhaling for 3 seconds, a much longer period. That's a really conservative pace, and maybe that's the pace you want to run at. But in general, if you shoot for a 2-2 breath, what I have found is that is a real good training pace that will handle you on not only easy paces, but also will moderate you on some harder efforts to make sure you're not going too fast. And it will also help moderate you on things like hills. As you're going up hills during your runs, it's hard sometimes to know what pace do you need to be at when you're going uphill and you want to keep running on effort. If you run at a pace where you can maintain a 2-2 breathing, that's a pretty good way to measure your effort on a particular hill. So the point of all this is one of the ways that you can get more in tune with the pace that you can run is to not be looking at your watch, not to be looking at certain splits, but paying attention to your breathing and picking a 2-2 breathing pattern and sticking with that. And you'll notice as fitness improves over training blocks, you'll be able to run faster and faster at that 2-2 breathing because your body will get more aerobically fit, and that's kind of the whole point. If you're interested, there's a lot of great literature out there on the internet that you can read to learn more about it. Aside from 3-3, 2-2, or 1-1, you can even have other patterns like 2-1 or 1-2 or 3-1. Whatever, you can get super complicated, and there's a lot of theories. But in general, if you stick towards trying to hit a 2-2 breathing pattern, I think for most of the work that I do, that most of the runners that I interact with through Peregrine or just outside of Peregrine, that's a real good pattern to stick with and should hopefully help it out. Take care. Best wishes on your running.